The reason 99% of the people, traders, crypto enthusiasts get the Bitcoin trade wrong is because they're falsely misinterpreting the correlation. So the general consensus is such that if dollar drops, for whatever reason, Bitcoin is supposed to be going higher. Well, that is just the general understanding, or I would say it's more of a wish. It's more of a hope. And so the entire Bitcoin trade currently in the market is based on pure fucking hopium. And if you actually want to address the correlations, which actually I want to address the correlations with you guys because I want you to get this trade right, okay? And the bottom line is this. If you pay close attention to the correlations in Bitcoin and USD, they have changed, okay? In other words, since the election day, if you're gonna go back and look up the correlations between Bitcoin and USD, you're gonna find out that every day USD went higher, Bitcoin went higher. So the correlation is positive, meaning they go in the same direction. So there's a lot of reasons for USD to continue the drop lower, such as millions of reasons I have explained in prior videos, but just to refresh your memory, because of the current stagflation case, okay, there's no way dollar can go higher, it can only drop. The fact of the tariffs is only making that situation worse. The problem was already there, that dollar was going to weaken, but now with tariffs, it's only going to escalate. In other words, dollar is about to go on a major drop over the course of next 6 months, and the biggest part of that drop could actually come in the next few days. And when you're going to be looking at the charts in the next few days, you will clearly see that the correlation between dollar and Bitcoin, dollar and crypto, is a positive correlation in the sense that when dollar is going to collapse, so will Bitcoin, so will crypto. And it actually represents one of the better shorting opportunities in the market because the consensus is so wrong. Everybody thinks when market is going to collapse and dollar is going to drop, Bitcoin's going to move higher. Well, that has not been the case. And I try to explain, I gave you a lengthy 30-minute explanation in the podcast yesterday telling you that the only reason Bitcoin is still holding up at the levels around 84,000 is because Michael Saylor and the company, everybody else he's been trying to get into repeating his strategy B, which stands for bullshit, not Bitcoin, okay? They're about to run out of money. And my guesstimate is they could run out of money buying Bitcoin as early as tomorrow, as early as today. Now, I could be wrong on that. They may still have some funding saved that they have not utilized, but obtaining this funding during this week is going to be almost impossible. So if Saylor is not buying, Bitcoin drops. It's very simple, okay? If GME is out of funds to buy Bitcoin because they've used them last week, okay, Bitcoin is going to drop. Crypto is going to drop. As a matter of fact, I didn't talk yesterday on the podcast that, sure, Bitcoin is going to drop, but there's going to be a one-day drop, which could be as early as in the next 24 hours, but could be delayed by as much as 3 to 4 weeks. And again, that is based on the assumption that once MSTR Saylor, Michael Saylor, is going to run out of funds, okay, Bitcoin is going to collapse, and it's going to be a big, huge ass candle to the downside. If you look at the markets in the last 2 days, that 10% drop is going to pale in comparison to the red candle you're about to see on Bitcoin, guys. So And what makes it such an easy trade is the fact that the whole fucking world, after watching Bitcoin not go down last week, they interpreted it as, oh wow, this is a safe haven. Bitcoin's going to go up, okay, while the rest of the market is going to fall. No. To say something stupid like this would be equivalent of saying Bitcoin is not correlated to anything. Yet, there is a plethora of historic evidence that points to the opposite, that Bitcoin does not do well when interest rates go higher. Bitcoin only does incredibly well when there's a ton of QE. Well, if you listen to Powell carefully on Friday, he said he is not in a hurry to do anything when it comes to QE. He's not in a rush to lower rates. He's not in the rush to do anything. He's not in a rush to change the current status quo of monetary policy. So he seemed pretty convincing to me when he was saying these things. So unless somebody's going to put a gun to his head, overnight, he's not going to change his mind. Now, clearly things could get pretty wild to where, hey, somebody may put a gun to Powell's head and said, look, you better cut these fucking rates now. And then we could get some QE. But I would say the probability of a rate cut today, tomorrow, the next day does not exist. Okay, the probability of a rate cut on Monday, the 14th of April, actually is quite a bit. But what I'm saying is for the next few days, there is no rate cut. The Fed is not going to do an emergency meeting tomorrow. It could end up doing an emergency meeting on April 14th if the market's going to completely fall by like more than what I am actually predicting it would drop. So if we're going to get that sort of magnitude of the move and we're going to break March, April, May 2023 lows, I mean, it's going to get so ugly that I think Federal Reserve would have to do something. But I don't think those levels will be breached. And with that said, I don't think Fed is going to come in the next 72 hours to the rescue, which is going to coincide with the probability that Michael Saylor, at least temporarily, is out of money buying Bitcoin. The moment he stops buying, Bitcoin drops, crypto drops. And the greatest trade of that is not even necessarily Bitcoin, but Ethereum, because if you look at if you look at March, April, May 2023 lows for Ethereum is like 1,000, 1,200. I mean, it could get really ugly. What I'm saying is Ethereum could drop by 50% in the next few days. So it's currently, I'm recording this, guys, it's trading at 1,800. Actually, just a little under 1,800. It's like at 1,789. But what I'm saying is Ethereum could drop to 1,000. Okay? 1,200 is probably a very high probability in the next few days. And I know people's been accumulating Ethereum just under the 2,000 level for the last few weeks, and the moves have been constrained. But that's exactly when you want to go short based off the ATR indication, when the average true range on crypto is about to expand after contracting for 2 weeks. You can get some wild moves. And so what I'm saying is all the stars are aligning for a big move in crypto to the downside, just when majority of the market participants view crypto as the safe haven due to the fact that crypto did not stage a huge drop last week when the market was collapsing. So I would interpret this as simply as a slight delay effect that is due to nothing else but Michael Saylor obtaining financing, and chances are all the money he was able to get from the preferred stock sale, he already spent it last week. And if I'm correct about this, tomorrow Bitcoin is absolutely going to collapse because Michael Saylor is not going to be there to fucking babysit it, hold its hand, and buy it. And that's when you're going to see a one-day drop in Bitcoin in points to the magnitude that you have never seen before. I mean, I've posted quite a few accurate videos predicting Bitcoin dropping 10, 15,000 points. It happened multiple times, guys, from the level of 100,000, from the level of 102, from the level of 107, 108. We had at least 5 drops, 6 drops where Bitcoin dropped by as much as 10, 15,000 points. Now, not ever has it dropped by more than 20,000 points on any given day. And I'm telling you that the probability of that is extremely elevated right now. We're about to see potentially the biggest one-day drop in Bitcoin in the entire history of Bitcoin. Or potentially about to see the biggest one-day drop in the history of Ethereum. So, guys, this is history being made right in front of your eyes. And what's crazy is, people are on the wrong side of the equation. The whole world thinks Bitcoin is about to bust out higher. Well, if you follow the 2017, 2018 historic analog, I would say exactly the opposite is about to happen. And I'm not ruling out seeing Bitcoin at 30,000 at some point this year, in the next few months. By November, I would not be shocked if Bitcoin dropped to 20, 30,000 by November. So, guys, make a lot of money on the short. If you don't know how to fucking short it, you don't want to use futures to short Bitcoin. You don't want to use futures to short Ethereum. You want to use options. So if you don't know how to use options to short Bitcoin and Ethereum, there is a link somewhere under the video. Yes, it's a referral link to where most of the people are signing up to trade options on Bitcoin and Ethereum with us. That works for, U.S. market, Canada market. Now, there's better places such as, trading options on Binance. So if you are outside of United States or Canada, you should be trading options on Binance. Like if you're in India, Asia, like majority of our traders are, you should be immediately signing up. They have you take like a 10-question quiz about options. If you struggle with that, just call us. We'll walk you through it. It's super simple. You just got to have some basic understanding of options to answer those 10-question quiz, and you'll have a Binance account set up to trade options. That is absolutely the best area, the best avenue, the best broker to trade it with. But, if you're unable to set up a Binance account because of your location, then consider clicking the link below this video and setting up the CoinCall account using our referral link. Guys, the point is this: there's a ton of trades right now. I don't want you to miss it. A ton of people missed out on this big drop because they were buying the dip like idiots. I don't want you to be the idiot. There is going to be a point that, the market is going to be perfect, ripe to buy calls over the course of next 7 to 10 days. I don't want you to miss that either. I don't want you to be the guy buying puts at the very moment when we're already buying calls. That moment is coming. The point of max pain in the market is very near. But that also historically, we have historical evidence where that could produce still a good sizable drop that you could benefit from on a short side. So with that said, guys, if you have any questions, you can schedule a call at 13marketmoves.com or 13mmtv.com. If you want to understand the charts better, make sure you take all the charts courses at 13mmtv.com, guys. Anyways, I wish everybody a great trading week. Make a ton of money. But if there was one way you wanted to increase your chances and probability of making a 50x trade, 100x trade this week, sign up to trade with the 13 Market Moves coach, guys. Let's roll.